Hi there and welcome along to a warm-up for you to row along to. This one is a 20-minute warm-up and it's the one that I do before any kind of proper race. This gets me up to absolute tip-top, ready to go. I'll have like a 3-minute rest between doing this warm-up and then doing my time trial or my race, and then hopefully my body has got itself into a state that it's ready to row that session. Okay, so this is going to be for all of my top tier max workouts on the intensity pyramid, and this is why you're going to be going through this 20-minute warm-up. Now what happens is we start off nice and easy and then we gradually go faster and then we ease off, gradually faster still, ease off, gradually faster still. Just stay with me for the stroke rates and listen to me for the pace guides. It's not that confusing, we're just working up through the stroke rates, and then it's only towards the end when the times get slightly shorter, just so you don't completely overblow yourself, that you might go, all right, things have changed. But it is a really simple warm-up, okay? Right, so we always start off our warm-ups by setting up our machine. Now in a concept 2, that means setting up the drag factor first. If you don't know about drag factor, then please check out the video I have on the YouTube channel. If you use a different kind of machine, then just set your weight of the machine or the resistance to a point where you can connect to it comfortably, but it doesn't feel like you're rowing a cruise ship down a river. Next, I'll go to your monitor and set it to eye height so you don't have to look up and don't have to look down. And finally, your foot strap should let you get to a point at the front of the stroke where your shins are pointing vertically without it binding up your feet, or without your feet being so low that you go shooting right past that vertical position, which can cause power leaks and possible injury. Okay, so we're going to start off this 20-minute warm-up at 18 strokes per minute, and you're just going to start by connecting with your legs in what would be similar to like a body weight squat, okay? So here we go, in 3, 2, 1, let's go. So it's just a nice connection of the legs, and you're working on the timing to be able to push with your legs, and at exactly the same time your hands and the handle connect with the flywheel or the water wheel or the magnet or whatever, okay? So this is a warm-up and we have the benefit of 20 minutes. So you're not going out at full gas right now. You're just spending this first minute just making sure you've got that timing right between the leg press and the handle connecting to the flywheel. Now we're going to be at this stroke rate and intensity for 4 minutes. And in the course of this first 4 minutes, you can start to feel your body easing off. Maybe you've had a long day at the desk. Maybe you've had a long drive to the gym. Who knows, but use this first 4 minutes to just ease off your joints and your muscles, ready for the rest of the warm-up, and then obviously preparing you for whatever main session you have ahead of you today. So as we approach 2 minutes gone, just think about increasing the power you're putting into the machine a little bit. Ideally, if you know about 2K training paces, you're looking to get up to 2K plus 20 pace. If you don't know about 2K training paces, then what that means is that you row a 2-kilometer time trial and then you divide your result by 4. And that gives you the average time it took to cover 500 meters. And that is your 2K training pace. And if your monitor shows you pace in that way, the monitor will show something like /500 and then minutes and seconds next to it. Then what I want you to do is aim for 20 seconds slower than that 2K training pace. Or if you're just thinking about perceived effort out of 10, you're really just thinking 5 out of 10 right now. You may have started the warm up around about 3 or 4, but now you're up at 5 out of 10. Bearing in mind, 0 out of 10 is sitting on the couch eating a box of Smarties. Okay, so in 20 seconds time from now, we're going to increase the stroke rate to 20 strokes a minute. And as a result, you should then go around about 2 seconds faster. One more stroke. Here we go, up to 20 strokes a minute. Just follow me for stroke rate. If you take a stroke when I take a stroke, you'll be up at 20 strokes a minute. Now, because increasing stroke rate involves a slightly faster drive speed and therefore slightly more of a push from your legs, what you should have found is that you didn't even have to think about increasing your pace. That just as a byproduct of pushing a little bit harder, and because you're doing 2 strokes per minute more than you were before, as a result, you should be going faster. There's a real, well, you'll see from today's warm-up, how there's a correlation between stroke rate and pace, especially for 2K training things. Starts to fall off a bit once you get to about 26 strokes a minute for longer rows, but let your stroke rate be part of what controls how fast you row, not just your legs. Now we're doing this 20 strokes a minute for 4 minutes again. So we still have 2 more minutes at 20. And then what we'll do is we'll return to the 18 strokes a minute for 2 minutes, just to ease off a bit so you don't end up tiring yourself out. And then we'll progressively increase stroke rate and pace for the next 10 minutes with little micro, well not micro, but with rests in between. So we'll do 1 minute at 22, followed by 1 minute at 18, then 1 at 24, etc, etc. All the time with your legs being what increases your pace. Now, pay attention to the technique now that you're properly, hopefully warmed up. Remember, you want your back tilting from a forward 1 o'clock lean into a backwards 11 o'clock lean. And you want to do that by rocking over your hips, not by bending through your upper or lower back. So just tilt over your hips. And that should help keep your posture up and powerful. Okay, 3 strokes to go. And then we'll reduce pace down to 18 strokes a minute, 2K plus 20. Here we go. So less of a leg push, should help ease you off here. Now notice I'm talking about leg push being what controls your pace. I'm not saying pull harder with the handle. And that's really important to drill into you, is that your legs are the dominant force in the stroke, and what you use to change your stroke rate and then your pace. Your arms are still really important, but they tend to follow the amount of force that comes from your legs. So more of a push from your legs, you tend to find it's followed by a stronger pull. Well, it is in my case anyway. Now keep that posture up at the front. You want to be up on your sit bones, hips tilted forwards, body leaning in, and then you drive with the legs while holding that forward lean with straight arms. It's only halfway through the leg drive that you finally swing over your hips and pull in your arms. Right, 3 more strokes, then we're going to go up to 22 strokes a minute, and that should get you to run about 2k plus 15 or 16 pace. Here we go. Now we're going to do this for 1 minute, and then we ease back down to those 18 strokes a minute, just so that it doesn't get too much for you. This is a great warm-up to get you ready for races, as long as you make sure to take these slow rest periods in between these effort periods. So it's likely you'll be rowing probably close to 5k through this warm-up, which is okay as long as you don't overdo it. 1 more stroke here, back down to 18s. There you go. So what we'll do is we'll do the same for 24, same again for 26, but then we'll only do 30-second efforts for 28 and 30 strokes a minute, okay? Because they're the ones that, if you go for too long on them, you can kind of take that zing out of your legs before your main race. Okay, 4 strokes to go. Then we're going to go up to 24 strokes a minute. Make sure and take these ones gentle. Let your power come in for the 24s, which are going to start now. Again, just row along with me for stroke rate. And if you get your timing the same as me, that faster leg drive and then arms away smoothly but quickly, you should find you're at that 2k plus 12 pace without really needing to consciously think about it. The increased stroke rate and extra force from your legs to be able to row that fast should have taken care of it. 3 strokes to go, and then we'll return to 18 again. And again, pace-wise here, to the 18s, As we get further through this warm-up, anywhere between 2k plus 20 and 2k plus 30 is fine. As long as you're connecting with the legs, getting that timing right for picking up the flywheel, that's all you need. Because this 1 minute is letting your heart rate come back down after these bursts of energy through the higher stroke rates. Okay, 3 strokes to go, and then we'll go up to 26 strokes a minute and 2k plus 9. Here we go. So this is the most intense part of this warm-up. Although you'll be rowing slightly quicker for the next increases, this is the last one that you're going to be doing for a full minute. But again, as long as you've got that flow in your stroke, where everything feeds into itself, it's a good cyclical stroke, almost like Tai Chi, where every motion follows in to the next one. You shouldn't be getting too tired by this. One more. And back to 18s. So that's what's so important about the rowing stroke, is that everything flows. As you come forwards, you compress enough that your body wants to spring straight back out of it again. And then at the back of the stroke, you push out immediately in the same pace you pulled in the handle at. So in, out. Get the hands past your knees, rock over your body, then bend your knees to return to the front of the machine for the next stroke. 2 more. Now we're going up to 28 strokes a minute, 2k plus 5. Here we go. So get your stroke rate up, and hopefully the pace will pretty much follow. It's a 4-second jump from last time, so might need a bit more of a push. 10 seconds. Last one. Then I'll go back to a minute at 18s. So that was up there pace-wise. But because it was only 30 seconds long, it shouldn't have taken its toll on you. Again, like I always say, if I can speak through this, then you can row it. I've got great belief in you that as long as you follow what I say and stay strong, you can manage it. I'm not going to shower you in platitudes and say, you've got it, you've got it, you've got it. I'm just going to tell you that this is well within your efforts for a warm-up. Okay, last stroke here, then we're up to 30 strokes a minute and 2k plus 2. Here we go. Just for 30 seconds again. So it's 1 stroke every 2 seconds. You're just really in and out at the same pace. Increase that leg push. All right, 2 more. Last one. And now we're just going to paddle home for 2 minutes let your heart rate drop a bit. And then, because you're still connecting with your arms and legs, your muscles are still firing and pumping the blood through them, flushing them out, ready for the ATP to reload into your muscles in a much more activated state. Your body's just been primed for intense exercise, and then like a 3 or 4 minute rest will be almost like a supercharger. Whereas before you just had a regular engine, now with this 20-minute warm-up and a 3-minute rest to refuel the tank, you'll have supercharged your system, ready for whatever race you have in front of you. Now I'm saying 3 minutes, but if you want to take like 5 minutes, then make sure and do that. You know your body, I don't, but trust me, this is an amazing 20-minute warm-up. I got shout out that it's basically been modified from Eddie Fletcher's warm-up. So if you want to see the king, his version of this, then do check out the old interwebs, and you'll see how similar it is, but you'll also see where I've deviated slightly from it. So anyway, that's the 20-minute warm-up done. Hopefully you're all fired up and ready for whatever you have ahead of you in your next session. Good luck with that. Stay safe, be well, bye-bye. If you enjoyed this warm-up, why not pick one of my RowAlong sessions to do next? Just take a look at the RowAlong YouTube channel.